Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today, as you can see, I'm back in California and we're gonna start off here at Universal Studios Hollywood to see what's new this week and cruise around the park and of course, have some fun. So how about you and I dive right in. Alrighty, we've made it to the parking lot, and since we're over here in City Walk, how about we just check up on the City Walk updates, like Twosomes, and then head over to the Curious George lot to check up on the HHN Mazes. Oh yeah, lots of work happening here at Twosomes Chocolate Emporium. Still no visible progress on the outside, but I would assume all the work is happening on the inside of the building, and how exciting. There's this many crews on site today, and everyone's probably working so hard. I can only imagine what the interior is looking like right now. I'm sure they've completed a lot, and it probably doesn't even look the same in there. I only went to Hard Rock like a couple times. I think the last time I went to Hard Rock Cafe was when I was still working at Walking Dead. I think I went for like my birthday, had a couple drinks for my birthday before we went out, but that was the last time I was there. But yeah, I can only imagine that the interior of that space looks just night and day different. All right, let's get over to the opening here at the Curious George lot to check up on the HHN mazes. One of them has been revealed. We finally know what one of them is, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and here's this week's look at the HHN mazes. You can see there's a lot of goodies down here. There's also a lot of crews on site today working on these particular mazes, and I'm sure all the other attractions that are in the park, we still see a lot of lumber stage and some flat stage for more construction elsewhere, I'm assuming, because eventually, as we get closer to the opening of the event, remember they'll put up the ITELs around this corner, which is like a sound barrier. It'll go all the way around to right here, but we won't see that until just about the time of opening. But nonetheless, very exciting things continue to happen. But like I was saying, they've announced this one, and it is Halloween, the OG Halloween. We've seen the original Halloween in 2015 here at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, so it's really cool that it's making a comeback. This one, we do not know what this is. So again, this could be the Rip Ride Rocket the Maze, which is what I'm thinking, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket the Maze. It's gonna be interesting to see how they theme it to that roller coaster in Orlando, but that's what I'm thinking. Still no idea what this one's going to be, but nonetheless, it looks gorgeous on the outside. They've even added some detail on the outside. Look at that. They have a time period piece car out front. I wonder if that's going to be distressed over time because it looks a little new. I'm sure it will be because the house just looks absolutely gorgeous. So shout out to the crews that are putting together all the facades that are visible in the park, because the facades look so good. I mean, look at all the work happening on the Halloween facade. There's just so much happening there, and I'm so happy that there are just way more details in the facades this year, because again, it sets the tone of the entire haunted house, and we love to see that. Now, the facades are pretty much the only visible thing that I can see. Everything else is happening on the insides of the attractions, and I'm not going to zoom in and try to alter photos and video to try to see what's inside. We know this one's Halloween, so you can only imagine what's going on in there. This one, again, is an unannounced HHN attraction. It looks to be some decrepit farmhouse looking thing, so the imagination can soar on this one for sure. But yeah, so far so good though here in the Curious George lot. The time is ticking for sure. I think we have less than 80 days until the opening of Halloween Horror Nights here in Hollywood, which is crazy to think about. Time sure does fly. We have all summer to enjoy, but oh yeah, this is gonna come quick. And just as a reminder, Halloween Horror Nights here in Hollywood opens up September 8th. All right, we've made it to ground level here at City Walk. We'll get another view of the Twosomes Chocolate Emporium construction from this corner as well. And when it comes to the Starbucks coffee, still no word on what's going on there. The sign is still in its place, so I'm wondering if Starbucks is gonna make a comeback, because you'd think if they're vacating the property, they would take their signage down. Blaze is completely gone. They've removed all their signage. So yeah, I wonder what's going on with Starbucks. Oh, and there's King Kong still hanging off the side of that building. I sure did miss King Kong. It's nice to be back. You know, I love traveling to other theme parks, and I still want to see so much more, but there's nothing just like your home parks. You know, there's nothing like it. I love being at my home parks, and it's really nice to see King Kong again. Now, since I'm here in City Walk, I did want to mention one thing, and I think it might be a possibility here in Hollywood. So just recently, at the time of filming this video, Universal Orlando announced that they're bringing an all-new escape experience to their City Walk at Universal Studios Orlando Resort. They're gonna have a Jurassic World themed escape room and a Back to the Future themed escape room. So it kind of begs the question, if that ends up being super successful over there in Orlando, will they bring the concept here to Hollywood? There's still some vacant areas of City Walk here in Hollywood, like the one behind me that used to be the Hell at the Moon bar / nightclub. There's the Carl Strauss location that's still empty, and there's a few other locations like Samba that are still empty. So I'm wondering if they might bring that concept here to City Walk Hollywood. It would be kind of cool, actually. And if it's, again, really successful in Orlando, why not? I would do an escape room themed to Back to the Future or Jurassic World, or maybe they can do something completely different here in the Hollywood park. All right, we're gonna head into Production Central because we think that there is a new Halloween Horror Nights t-shirt available, so let's check it out. Oh, and there it is, Michael Myers. So you can get this t-shirt and scare the heck out of your friends. You could even do the Michael Myers challenge that everyone's doing on TikTok. So you wear the shirt and then see which friend is faster for opening up the locked door to their house. But that's pretty much all the happenings at City Walk. Let's cruise on through, head inside the theme park and see what's going on there. Oh, look at this. The classic globe is back from its refurbishment. Oh yeah, I missed walking down the red carpet to this iconic archway. Upon entering the park, it looks like they're still working on this section of the Universal Studios store. Yeah, I honestly have no idea what this is gonna be. Exciting stuff though. I wonder what they're gonna put in here. Go ahead and comment down below. What are your thoughts? Oh, look at this. They brought the car back. Grad nights are over, so all the props and stuff are coming back. Alrighty, you know the drill. Let's head to Waterworld to check up on the HHN Maze here. Oh, we have a lot of vertical construction happening, which is nice. They haven't painted anything black yet, so they haven't gotten to that particular stage in the build out. And I'm assuming the facade is up too because all this vertical construction over the fence. Now it's hard to see and tell like what's going on just because of the fence line and of course the canopy over the queue space. But how exciting that this one has gone up relatively quickly because the last time I was here, it was nothing. And again, just like the one at the Curious George lot, we do not know what this maze is gonna be either. This one has yet to be announced, and I'm sure as the summer continues to roll on, more announcements will happen. Over here in the Animation Studios store, it looks like they have some new Minions stuff available. The new movie is out, I believe, so they have a bunch of t-shirts, pins. Oh, the pins are actually kind of cool. You get a pack of 4 for $14, not too shabby. And oh my goodness, look at this popcorn bucket. How cool is that? Nice outfit going on. Oh, looks like the sunglasses light up. Now, another thing that's actually really nice when you purchase a popcorn bucket here at Universal Studios is you get free refills on the day of your purchase. So that's pretty nice. Not too many people in the park right now, which is kind of nice. It's during the week at the time of filming this, so I wasn't expecting it to be too incredibly packed, but I also wasn't expecting it to be dead because it is the summer season. So if you are coming to Universal Studios Hollywood, just brace a little bit for the possible crowds, especially on the weekends, because it does get very, very busy here. And as more travel continues to open up around the world, Universal Studios Hollywood, continues to be a huge tourist destination because, hey, they make movies here. So everyone wants to check that out. So yeah, just be prepared if you are coming this summer season for some crowds. The Universal Express Pass actually is a pretty good deal on most days. Oh yeah, look at this. All the grad night stuff has just been completely wiped away. I wonder if they'll turn the fountain on for the summer, because I haven't seen this fountain be turned on in quite some time. But let's check out the HHN Maze. I can already see the gorgeous facade from here. Wow, that's beautiful. Now when it comes to the HHN Maze at the Parisian Courtyard, work is moving along very nicely on the facade as well. They just keep adding more detail to it as far as the paint job, and it looks really, really nice. So again, huge shout out to the crews that are working on all the facades for HHN this year. They look marvelous. But switching gears to Super Nintendo World here at the Lookout, my goodness, look at all the progress that continues to happen. More scaffolding continues to slowly but surely move its way down. They're working on Bowser's Castle, and I could see from this vantage point, some details have popped up on the castle facade. And over on Peach's Castle, it looks like they've finished a lot of the sheeting before the drywall that eventually goes up. And then in the land in general, you can see a few more colors start to pop up. We have some of those blue boxes over by the pyramid structures. And I'm seeing a little bit more red down near the bottom where the restrooms are located. So yeah, at least from this vantage point, things are looking nice. Oh, look at that. The entryway tunnel is covered up. So that means they're probably installing that prefab around the tunnel. Ooh, that's exciting. I can't wait to see the finished product on that. I've said this in previous videos, but it's always fun to go to these particular spots where I film the update videos and listen to people around me get so excited and hyped for Super Nintendo World. I feel like everyone that is in the park, no matter where they're from, knows Nintendo and is stoked for this grand opening, which, by the way, Universal just announced recently that will be opening early 2023. So just as we predicted, because of the pace, the current pace of this land is just incredible. The amount of construction that has continued to happen over the course of just a few weeks is pretty insane. So yeah, early 2023 was at least my prediction, and sure enough, Universal's like, yeah, we're gonna get this thing open early 2023. So I'm thinking like maybe sometime in March or maybe even February. I don't know, fingers crossed, we'll get another announcement, I'm sure, soon as the year continues to progress. Maybe sometime during the fall as we get near the end of the Halloween season and then we go into the holiday season, we might hear an announcement. But either way, if they announce something, I'll let you guys know. But how exciting. This is going to be so much fun. And I'm glad that we're getting a Super Nintendo World here at Universal Studios Hollywood. That's pretty much the view from the lookout, but let's continue our journey around the park and see what else we can find. Here at the special effects stage, they have removed all of the grad night stuff and the tables. They had some tables and chairs over here for additional seating for the Simpsons land, but still no word on what's going on with the special effects show. I don't know if it's coming back or if they're going to be doing something completely new. Obviously, once they make an announcement, I will let all of you know as soon as possible. But yeah, big question mark here at stage 56 for the special effects show. All right, made it to the lookout after the first escalator, looking down behind Revenge of the Mummy. My goodness, a lot has shown up for this particular facade at the classic Universal Monsters maze. Wow, there's a lot of props down there. That is so neat looking. It looks like a seaside dock. And then also I'm noticing right behind Transformers, there's another maze location right there. And they're actively building it. So we're gonna have to ride the studio tour to get another view of that. How exciting there. So that means there are two mazes officially down in the lower lot. Now we don't know if they're gonna put a maze in that soundstage that usually holds one, like Exorcist, Stranger Things has been in there. We don't know if that's gonna be a thing this year, but hey, we got two mazes for sure. One behind Revenge of the Mummy and now one behind Transformers. And of course the view into Super Nintendo is very nice from this angle as well. We can see even more detail right below the tallest point of the land. More colors are starting to pop. And it's just so neat how vibrant this land really is in person. You have to see it in person. If you're making a trip to Universal soon, I mean, you're not going to be able to miss it. It's probably impossible to miss. It sticks out incredibly well, and I think that is such a brilliant part of the design because it draws you in. All right, let me jump on the studio tour because yeah, I wanted to check out that HHN Maze being built behind Transformers. All right, so just got off the studio tour and yeah, you get a really good view of that HHN Maze being built behind Transformers. Right now, they're just putting up the main part of the structure, like the layout, and they're slowly but surely putting up some of the flats. So very early stages of the construction progress, but I think over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna see some very quick progression. So I'll have to ride the studio tour like every once in a while, probably like every other visit, because I feel like if I ride it every single time, there won't be that many details that appear. So I think every other visit we'll ride the studio tour to check up on that HHN Maze. Another thing I did want to mention, the closer I got to the lower lot, the more details I could see on Bowser's Castle. From the vantage point over by Super Silly Funland, you could see quite a few little pieces, but as the closer you get, the more realized those pieces become. So it's really nice to see the horns start to appear and some of the different metal pieces, the faux metal pieces. They're probably like some sort of fiberglass that are appearing on top of the castle as well. So I would think probably at the end of this month, going into July, the scaffolding will start to come down and we'll see a fully realized Bowser's Castle. Well, that was nice. There was so much that was happening in the park that I hadn't seen yet since I've been gone. So that was cool. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today's video from Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these updates from Universal Studios Hollywood and a bunch of videos from a bunch of different theme parks, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date on every time I post a new one. I have an Instagram account. I'll leave that link down below in the description. Be sure to follow that because I post updates there that I don't normally post here on the channel, as well as a huge shout out to my Patreon members. You guys help out tremendously. All the Halloween Horror Nights mazes are moving along nicely, and Super Nintendo World is looking absolutely beautiful, so I cannot wait for that to open early 2023. And I can't wait for my next visit to Universal Studios Hollywood, probably sometime next week to check up on all the progress. But until then, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is, and I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.